Arirang Prime.
When morning dawns, sounds signal the day's beginning. Some majestic, and others cheerful. This place, filled with diverse heart-touching sounds, is Gyeongsangbuk-do Province, where tradition and history are alive. And here, there's a man who paints the sounds of Gyeongsangbuk-do on a sketchbook. Sounds that carry the energy and power of Gyeongbuk. Where are they from? Located on the eastern part of the Korean peninsula, Gyeongsangbuk-do Province is known for its history, tradition, and landscape. The Taebaeksan mountain range branches out and blends with the sounds of nature. And the vast East Sea and its beautiful nature bring the gift of abundance all year round. Gwamegi, in particular, is a specialty of Guryongpo town, made with dried mackerel pike or mackerel from the clean sea off Gyeongsangbuk-do Province. The sea's positive energy brings in a magnificent view of the sunrise. The morning sun colors the entire landscape in red and inspires peace and hope in all the early birds who get to see it. Like this, Gyeongsangbuk-do Province has created countless cultural heritages in its pristine nature. Gyeongju, the internationally recognized repository of cultural heritage. This was the capital of the unified Silla Kingdom that flourished for 1,000 years. Ancient art and culture remain here. Andong, the city of the Korean people's spirit and roots, is also one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Starting from its traditional mask dance filled with humor and satire, Andong preserves the living traditions and culture of an era in Korean history. And there's a man who draws the diverse cultural heritage of Gyeongsangbuk-do Province. He's Lucas, a Spanish painter residing in the province.
I came here 2011, and this is my 5th year. I'm here all the time in Daegu. I travel sometimes to Seoul, I travel sometimes to Busan, but this is the place I live, and I like it very much.
Lucas is an artist who mainly expresses cultures and emotions through people. While living here, he's painted the diverse lives and sentiments he's encountered and fallen in love with Gyeongsangbuk-do Province.
The truth is I spend a lot of time in my studio, so the truth is I didn't go as much as I wanted. But I'm living in a very beautiful place, surrounded by mountains, and I can feel that this landscape is very beautiful, even in the small city I live. I like Gyeongsan very much. Its landscapes are very beautiful.
He left his workroom for a change to experience the nature of Gyeongsangbuk-do Province. He wants to explore all the inner wonders of the province embedded in the beautiful landscape.
I came here to Gyeongsangbuk-do to paint a landscape, and it's going to be based not by what I'm seeing, but from the sounds I hear.
Lucas was most curious about the sounds of Gyeongsangbuk-do temples. Gyeongsangbuk-do Province is the Mecca of Korea's Buddhist culture. He follows the temple's sounds faintly coiling around the mountain ridges. Gyeongsangbuk-do Province has many temples as old as 2 millennia. The sounds from the temple swirl around the mountains like an echo. They blend with the nature's primitive sounds and create a harmony. Lucas listens to those reverberations with his heart and draws them. The solemn sounds of the temple merge with the call of the birds and the wind. How does this harmony of nature and sounds come across to the artist?
Well, I'm going to try to translate the sounds into 2D. I'm going to try to translate the sounds into paper. So I'm going to do it by light and shadow. Ink is going to be the shadow, and the space of the paper is going to be the light. So as a heavy sound and a light sound. So I'm going to try to combine these two.
The healing energy of the sounds becomes a picture at the artist's fingertips. One particular sound resonates deeply with Lucas. The subtle, lucid sound draws him to Osa Temple with 1,000 years of history. Famous high priests such as Hwaegong and Wonhyo of the Silla dynasty disciplined themselves and sought for enlightenment here. Along with the rhythmic tapping of the wooden fish, a sound from here captivates Lucas. It's the ring of Pungyong created by the wind. Pungyong echoes throughout the temple. What does this sound mean?
예, 만나서 반갑습니다.
Please, can you tell me the meaning of this bell?
예. 절에는 절간 처마 밑에 항상 풍경 소리가 있습니다. 풍경이 달려 있습니다. 저 풍경을 보면은 아시다시피 물고기처럼 되어 있습니다.
Pungyong is a training tool that hangs under the eaves and rings in the wind. It reminds the trainees of their indolence. The fish-shaped plate under the bell carries the same meaning.
Well, I think it's a very peaceful sound.
저 물고기는 잠을 자지 눈을 감지 않습니다. 잠을 잘 때도 항상 눈을 뜨고 있기 때문에 항상 부지런히 열심히 수행 정진해서 항상 깨어있는 마음으로 살아라는 뜻에서 저 풍경을 다른 의미가 되겠습니다.
Well, it's the first time I see this, so yeah, I'm very surprised.
While listening to this profound sound, people learn how to empty their minds. But just as the sounds of Pungyong begin to subside, another sound awakens their minds. It's the Chwajong bell, with a more subtle and lower ring.
종소리를 통해서 집중을 높여주는 겁니다. 우리는 보통 이제 제소에서 명상음악이라고 음악을 틀잖아요. 근데 음악이 어떻게 보면은 마음을 흐트러 줄 수가 있거든요. 근데 종소리 특징은 뭔가 하면 처음에 크게 울리다가 점점점점점 어때요? 아주 가늘어지잖아요. 그러면 그것이 뭔가 하면은 집중을 높여주는 겁니다. 높다가 점점점점점점 작아질 때 마음은 한쪽으로 더 집중할 수 있는 그런 힘이 생기는 거죠.
Trajongs are often used as meditation tools. People use these bells during meditation because of their deep and unique ring. The surface of Trajong is rough. The bell's sound waves extend out in all directions and create a smooth, sonorous sound. And for the same reason, they have two tones instead of one. Therefore, they are used as a tool for meditation, which requires a great deal of concentration.
특별히 이제 유기를 쓰는 이유가 있습니다. 그래서 유기의 어떤 그 자종을 가지고 치면은 소리가 굉장히 맑고 그리고 그 이제 울려서 퍼져나가는 그 파장이 굉장히 우리가 이제 한국적인 것 같아요. 그래서 그 소리를 따라서 가다 보니까 이제 긴장도 풀리고 또 마음 담궈서 모을 수 있고 이렇게 하다 보니까 어떤 이제 그 심리적인 게 많이 안정이 되죠.
Trajong's unique sound creates harmony with nature and brings peace to the listeners.
So I'm used to live in big cities. I live, well, I'm from Spain, but I lived many years in big cities like, for example, Tokyo, which is a very busy city, and you have a lot of stress there every day. Certainly a person needs to come to places like this to relax, to cut off, you know, the noise and feel the sound of nature again. So it's a thing we don't have in big cities, you know. It's all the time klaxon and people rush in and you know, not a beautiful pleasant stimuli for your ears. But here is peaceful. Is something we can say this is how can I say, good for your soul.
How is this deep ring achieved? Lucas became curious about the creation of the distinct Trajong sound.
안녕하세요.
Pangja-yugi Trajong is a traditional culture of Gyeongsangbuk-do Province. "90-year-old master Lee Bong-ju has insisted on the traditional methods for 67 years. In 1983, Lee Bong-ju became the 77th important intangible cultural property and Korea's brassware master. The secret behind the sound of Trajong is the Pangja-yugi method. Pangja-yugi refers to Korea's unique alloy combined with 78% copper and 22% tin. Masters pile Pangja-yugi discs together and pound them with hammers to expand their size.
그 혼자서는 절대 못해. 왜냐면 오늘도 봤잖아요. 이건 재질인끼리 이제 둘이면 되는데 저기서 할 적은 적어도 5사람 이상 해야 돼. 저쪽에서는. 풀무 부는 놈이 있어야 되고 이렇게 나트는 게 달켜주는 놈이 있어야 되고 매질하는 놈이 있어야 되고 6사람은 있어야 돼요.
Teamwork is the most important element.
마음이 딱 통일되지 않으면 일이 안 돼요. 손이 안 맞는 사람이면 안 한 것만도 못 하거든.
And added to this is the master's spirit.
뭐 뜨겁다, 뭐 아프다 그런 생각 안 하고 할 정도로 정신이 집중돼야 돼.
They must pound the heated brass hundreds and thousands of times to create the deep resonance of chajong.
잘 맞는다, 안 맞는다 그래. 왜 이제 때리게 되면 당당당 이렇게 세서 이제 계속 때리거든요. 그러면 어느 한 놈이 이제 잘 안 맞으면 그날 일 안 해버려야 돼. 손이 안 맞으면 일을 못 하는 거예요.
They have to adjust the thickness, as this determines the depth of the sound.
모양이 아무리 이쁘다 하더라도 소리는 다르죠. 그 맹대는 이제 두께가 어디는 두껍고 어디는 얇아야 되고 그만큼 숙련이 돼야 돼.
Master Lee Bong-ju creates the deep resonance of chajong with intuition and know-how acquired by experience. The sound of chajong carries the life of the master who has devoted his entire life to his craft.
Hoy el maestro me ha dejado participar de su trabajo, me ha enseñado cómo usar el fuelle. Ha sido muy divertido, pero he de decir que es más difícil de lo que parece porque hay que estar relajado y hay que empujar con fuerza al mismo tiempo. Un aspecto, una cosa muy peculiar que he sentido es el sonido de las llamas avivándose, porque hay que decir que transmite, es un sonido muy poderoso y transmite mucha energía.
Pangcha Yuki Chajong were also displayed at Milan Design Week in April 2014 and gained international recognition for their sound.
목적이 소리 때문에 맹기니까 아무리 이쁘게 맹길더라도 소리가 제대로 안 나면은 무용지물 아니겠어요? 그러니까 우선 보다시피 이쁘질 않아요. 이쁘지 않아도 뭐 매끈하지도 않고. 그런데 소리 좋으면은 이거 좋다 그런 거지 아무리 모양도 소리가 안 좋으면 안 되기 때문에 맹길 적에 소리를 어떻게 하면 더 좋겠냐나.
The humble yet deep echo resembles the sounds of nature that gives unconditionally. Listening to the two tones of the ring, people continue their meditative walk in nature. This is the time to free themselves from anguish as they listen to the deep toll and the wind blowing through the pine trees.
지나간 소리는 돌아오지 않아요. 미래의 소리는 오지 않을 수 없고요. 현재 소리만 있어. 그런데 현재 소리도 머물지 않는다는 거예요. 소리가 머물지 않는다는 것은 소유할 수가 없죠. 소유할 수 없는 건 내가 갈망할 수가 없어요. 소리로부터 내가 자유로워지는 것이죠. 그래서 소리를 통해서 해탈을 할 수가 있는 거예요. 이런 걸 이제 무상 관찰이라고 그래요.
Lucas connects with nature through sounds.
So here in the mountain, surrounded with nature and the sounds of the wind, the birds, even the temple bells, I think is quite a strong inspiration that I'm receiving now, and I think I can try to do a landscape that reflects that feelings that I am experiencing now. So yeah, I'm enjoying very much.
To an artist, every sound of nature becomes an inspiration. The feast of sounds that stirred his heart all morning comes to an end. When night falls, other sounds fill Gyeongsangbuk-do Province. From the drums to the wooden fish, various sounds from the morning service awaken the province. Is one of the 4 instruments used in a Buddhist service. It's a drum that seeks to help all humans and creatures achieve enlightenment through its sound. The still of the night. Intense sounds of life wake up the sea. Soon the sun rises and saturates the sea with a powerful energy. Fresh fish caught in the clean waters of the East Sea flap about in the boat. The sound of the generous catch is a joy to the fishermen.
참치 저게 한 10가우, 가우수로 10가우 정도 되고 바로 살아난 고기가 한 통. 그 다음에 이제 저거 오징어가 이제 통으로 이제 한 통. 그래 잡어 한 통. 그래 살려갑니다.
The fishing boats that worked all night return to the port. Fresh fish caught in the sea of Gyeongsangbuk-do Province are moved to land. The fish auction begins with the sound of a bell. Guryongpo snow crabs from 400 meters under the sea pour down like orange gems. Thousands of them are auctioned off each day and provide the town's status as the largest snow crab producer in Korea. Upon the starting signal, people's hands get busy. How will Lucas draw the sounds of the sea's abundance and life's energy?
Well, coming to the sea and sketching is inspiring to me because you receive the sensation of tranquility that gives you the sea or the ocean, and I like the sound of the waves and the peaceful landscape.
After drawing the sounds of the ocean, the artist heads to another place. The end of fall. What does a harvest in Gyeongsangbuk-do sound like? Gyeongsangbuk-do fruits are popular for their nutritional values and high sugar content. Among them are Sangju's kokgam, dried persimmons that represent the province. This entire village grows persimmons. According to the records, the dried persimmons from here were served to the kings in the Joseon dynasty.
He venido a Sangju área famosa por la producción de caqui dulce. Vamos a escuchar el sonido de los caquis al caer del árbol durante la faena de recolección.
Ripe persimmons still hang in clusters on every tree. Gyeongnam is known for its particularly delicious persimmons. Villagers are busy doing the last harvest of the year. Persimmons fall like heavy rain. How did persimmon farming develop so much here?
감은 아주 추운 지방에서는 냉해라든가 동해로 인해 가지고 잘 안 되거든요. 그리고 우리 상주 지방에는 광주통시 감이 아주 지형적으로 기후라든가 여러 가지 지형적으로 아주 적합한 생육에 좋은 그런 지역이라고 합니다.
Harvested persimmons are immediately taken to the village workshop. But there's a rule in persimmon farming.
근데 원칙이라 하는 거예요. 자연이나 모든 게 그렇잖아요. 그 원칙을 벗어나지 않고 내가 도움을 주고 내가 조금 보살펴주는 정도로 가야 되지. 이걸 마치 내 나무라고 내가 많이 넣어가지고 많이 수확을 한다는 그런 욕심을 가지면은 제로 상태가 됩니다.
The villagers make kokam by peeling the persimmons and drying them under the shade. They use strings to hang each persimmon so that it can maintain its round shape.
이거 이제 한 50년 됐으니까 감농사도 짓고 사과농사도 짓고 해가지고 아들들 다 시집 장교 보내고 하는데 손자들이 다 대학교 다니.
Kokam is Korea's representative dried fruit. Drying the persimmons removes their astringent taste and leaves them sweet and chewy.
안경 잡사. 꽃감 하나 잡사봐. 요 말랑말랑한 거 요거 하면 잡사봐. 말랑말랑한
For me? Thank you. Sweet.
홍수된 게 없어서.
감사합니다. 맛있어요. 맛있어요.
맛있어.
Koreans of all ages love kokam. In the past, it was a delicacy that people ate throughout winter when food was scarce. It takes about 45 days to make half-dried persimmons called pangonshi and about 70 days to make kokam. Sweet and chewy kokam has always been the pride of Sangju. It suddenly starts raining in the middle of the harvest. Maybe it's the unexpected events that become memories. Lucas encounters a surprise at an old house he stopped by to take shelter from the rain. The raindrops falling from the roof of this traditional house sound like music. Lucas's hands fly over the sketchbook as he captures the sound. The picturesque traditional house and the sound of early winter rain, they create another beautiful landscape. What kind of moral culture do the sounds of Gyeongsangbuk-do carry? Andong is the mecca of the Joseon dynasty's Confucian culture. And the Dosan Sewon Confucian Academy is where Joseon scholars studied. During the Joseon dynasty, Confucianism that prioritized loyalty and filial piety was the dominant philosophy. The sounds of learning and ancestral rituals represented the scholarly culture. Dosan Sewon, in particular, represents the culture of Joseon scholars. What did the past scholars study and practice here? Sewon were private education institutes built all over the nation during the mid-Joseon period. Most of them were built so that virtuous and educated scholars could train themselves or younger students.
What kind of place is this?
여기는 바로 도산 서원이라는 곳인데요. 태계 선생의 학문과 덕행을 이렇게 본받고자 하는 그런 장소입니다.
Ihwang, Joseon's most famous scholar, is a historical figure who returned to his hometown to pursue academic activities and cultivate students, despite the king's request to remain under his service. He taught his students by practicing the virtues and spirit of a genuine scholar. Many people still come to the academy to learn his philosophy.
어느 시대든 그 시대를 이끌어가는 지도자를 선비라 하는 거죠. 선비들이라는 것은 어떠한 마음 자세, 어떠한 덕성을 가져야 되는가, 이것이 대단히 중요하죠. 그래서 조선시대 때는 올곧은 의리정신, 그리고 남을 배려하고 사랑하고 베푸는 그러한 인의정신을 가진 그런 사람, 그리고 남을 존경하는 예의를 가진 그런 예의정신, 그리고 아주 이 많은 경험과 체험을 통해서 지혜를 깨닫는 인의예지의 그러한 덕성을 많이 쌓은 사람을 선비라고 할 수 있죠. 예.
Recently, the Academy opened an experience program for the growing number of visitors seeking to learn the scholar's spirit and customs. People must dress appropriately to participate in the Almyoje memorial service held in Sangdoksa Shrine, where Ihwang's ancestral tablet is kept.
알묘는 서원에 모셔진 선년과 마음으로 교감하는 그 의식입니다. 알자는 찾아배울 알, 묘자는 사당묘, 사당에 모셔진 선현들을 찾아뵙는다, 이런 뜻이지만은 지금 돌아가신 분이 이 자리에 안 계셔서 우리 마음속으로 그 존경하는 선생님을 찾아뵙는다 하는 그런 뜻이죠.
Lucas's hands get busy as the Almyoje ritual begins. People learn how to conduct ancestral rituals in the traditional way and experience the culture of scholars. The reason they are wearing uncomfortable attires and showing respect is that they're trying to learn the scholar's spirit of self-control and self-discipline. The Joseon scholars' invincible spirit and controlled manners are carried in the sounds of the ritual.
Today I came to an old Korean school and I could meet several of its scholars. They were performing a traditional ceremony, and it was very beautiful and very powerful at the same time.
Many Confucian academies flourished all over Gyeongsangbuk-do Province, and develop the culture of scholars. Gyeongsangbuk-do Province, the Mecca of the Confucian culture and academies. This is the cradle of the brilliant minds that led the Joseon dynasty. The Confucius scholars of the Joseon dynasty enjoyed Pungnyu, the higher form of recreation. Then what is the sound of Pungnyu that captivated the scholars?
In Spain, we have the flamenco guitar, an instrument powerful enough to move Spanish people's hearts. Here in Gyeongsangbuk-do, I'm very sure they have this kind of instrument too. I'm going now in search of it.
A village in Goryeo-gun, Gyeongsangbuk-do Province. Gayagum, the musical instrument of Pungnyu, was invented here. The Gayagum is Korea's representative traditional stringed instrument. Its 12 strings create a harmony, sometimes cheerful and sometimes mournful. The Gayagum tugs at the heartstrings and has shared Koreans' joys and sorrows since the times of ancient Gaya. And the master who created this heavenly sound is Uruk. He was a musician from the city-state Taegaya. He invented the Gayagum under the orders of King Kashil. He also wrote 12 pieces of music. The Gayagum is made up of a sound box and 12 silk strings. The round top part symbolizes the sky and the flat bottom, land. The 12 strings represent the 12 months of the year. The Gayagum was not just an instrument, but a symbol of the Gaya king's absolute authority.
우룩 선생님은 대가야의 가실왕 때 말기의 사람인데 551년 대가야라는 나라가 혼란스러워지니까 제자 이문희를 데리고 이제 신라론이 망명을 합니다. 그렇지만 그 이전에 우룩 선생님이 이 성혈연에서 나셨다는 그런 기록은 있는데 성혈연이란 757년 신라 경도강 때 이제 지명이 바뀌는 바람에 지금 여러 군데가 주장을 하고 있는데 아마도 경상북도 고령 여기가 아니겠나 이렇게 생각을 하고요. 가야금의 전문 장인이 요 일대에서 가야금을 만들고 연주했던 곳이다 해서 우룩 선생님은 대가야 사람이다.
Uruk invented the Gayagum to achieve political union through music. When neighboring countries continued to attack during the 6th century, King Kashil needed a new way to reinforce his authority. So he ordered Uruk to invent the Gayagum and write 12 musical pieces that would unite the forces of different regions. The Gayagum was created based on the Confucian idea of governing people with music. The Kayagum's soundbox. It's made of paulownia trees that have been dried under the sun for a long time. Uruk made kayagums here centuries ago. Now, Master Kim Dong-hwan makes them. He checks that the wood makes a clear sound and that the drying process did not damage it. He checks every detail.
여기 있는 나무들이 다 30년 이상 된 나무를 저희가 쓸 수가 있습니다. 제재를 해가지고 지금 건조 과정인데요. 이 중에서 이제 연주자들이 쓸 수 있는 악기는 얼마 안 나와요. 그거를 지금 선별하는 작업을 하고 있습니다. 5년 이상 건조를 해야지만 악기로 잡을 수가 있습니다. 그러니까 안에 진이 섬유질이 다 빠져야지 음색이나 뒤틀림이 없이 그 소리를 그대로 유지가 되거든요. 이게 어떻게 보면 오랜 세월을 좀 기다렸다가 이제 작업을 해야 되는 거죠.
It takes a great deal of patience and time for each step to create the sound of a kayagum. Many sounds are born in the process. Every step requires the master's craftsmanship.
수작업입니다. 한 대 나오는데 보통 공정이 한 200여 공정 돼요. 손질이 한 1000번 이상 가야지 가야금 한 대가 만들어진다고 보시면 됩니다. 줄을 걸기 위해서 이게 부들이라고 하거든요. 얘가 이제 줄을 당겨주는 역할을 합니다. 현을 걸고 있는 작업이에요. 12줄을 지금 악기는 다 완성됐고 이제 딱 선별은 다 해놓은 겁니다. 이 줄을 걸어가지고 좋은 맑은 소리가 나는 악기거든요.
The kayagum must be able to maintain its clear tone.
최고 중요한 게 오동나무 건조를 5년에서 7년 동안 하는 게 그 이유입니다. 얘들이 숨구멍이 완전히 열려야지만 맑은 소리를 갖고 있어요. 그대로. 근데 2, 3년 건조해가지고 마른 건조라 그러는데 그 상태에서 다 두들기면 8, 90%가 다 똑같은 소리가 나옵니다. 근데 5년에서 7년을 해야지만 딱 치면은 둥 하고 그 성질을 최대한 끝까지 갖고 가야지만 그래야지만 좋은 악기가 나오죠.
Korea's traditional stringed instrument, the kayagum. Within its beautiful melodies is the master's spirit that persevered to create only the good sound. Lucas will try his hand at playing the kayagum.
이렇게 해서 이렇게 옆으로 낼게요. 소리가. 네. 그쵸? 잘하셨어요.
Thank you.
아프지 않으세요?
It's okay. A little, but it's okay.
그러면 제가 아리랑을 숫자로 가르쳐 드릴게요. 쉽게 해보실 수 있게. 9, 8, 7.
Each string has a number, and together they are used like musical scales.
4, 5, 4, 5 똑같아요. 오! 잘하셨어요. 아,
Thank you.
잘하셨어요.
Listening kayagum, and was very beautiful and very energetic and powerful. Very happy I could be here and had this experience. I also tried. I'm not good at music, but I enjoy a lot. And I have to say that the sound coming from the instrument is very beautiful and very powerful. And I enjoy it a lot.
Kayagum melodies create intense sounds like heartbeats, then subside like a woman's sigh. The Kayagum was created in Taegaya, but after the fall of the Kaya Confederacy, it became the music of the Silla Kingdom. And over the years, it has played the melodies of Korean sentiments.
In this journey around Gyeongsangbuk-do, I had the opportunity of listening a lot of sounds, more of them or a lot of them coming from nature. Well, this is music, this is sound coming from an instrument, but I could feel also nature inside the sound of the instrument.
Korea's traditional melodies that have lasted for thousands of years. The Kayagum carries the lives and history of people who have passed this land. Daegu is an industrial city located on the southern tip of Gyeongsangbuk-do Province. It's famous worldwide for its textile and fashion industries. It also has a beautiful night view, and it recently emerged as the Mecca of modern art. An impressive performance of piano and dance. Lucas is also among the audience. The exhibition hall outside the theater displays Lucas's artwork. It was inspired by the previous performance.
Thank you very much for your collaboration. And you dance very well tonight.
The collaboration of piano performance, modern dance, and art attracts many visitors. The theme of this exhibition is the dancers performing to the piano music. He has captured the powerful sound and dynamic movements.
And then I was inspired by the movements, and then the pianist played music for me, and that is why I received the energy of the piano, and then I tried to put it.
Lucas draws sounds. Rhythm and dynamics are the key to his work. He uses a myriad of lines and brushstrokes to draw people's expressions and transmit the dynamics of sound.
This exhibition is based on a collaboration with dancers and one pianist. Okay, so I asked these professionals to collaborate with me to inspire me. So the dancers dance for me, and then I was inspired by the movements, and then the pianist played music for me.
Lucas mainly draws humans and their expressions and gestures. To him, sound is what inspires those expressions and gestures. He heads to where he can hear the loudest and the most powerful sound of the Gyeongsangbuk-do Province. This is Pohang's Homikot, popular for its beautiful sunrise.
He venido a Homikot esta mañana. Es uno de los lugares más emblemáticos para ver salir el sol en Corea. Los coreanos creen firmemente que ver salir el sol, ver el amanecer, conlleva recibir una nueva energía y trae consigo también unas nuevas oportunidades que se van a dar a lo largo del día. Yo voy a ver también si puedo recibir esta nueva energía.
Just listening to the ocean waves heals the mind. And here, people wait for the sunrise with prayers in their hearts. Finally, the morning sun begins to rise above the sea. Humankind and nature's energy create a harmony at this moment. The sunrise gives its positive energy to the visitors and carries their prayers in return.
Here I feel a little bit, I have a cold sensation, even with the color of the sea. Also the sound is rough. The sound here is stronger than the sound of my home city. But yeah, it's strong, but it's beautiful at the same time. I feel it very energetic and beautiful.
The sound of the sunrise inspires Lucas again. He takes in the positive energy and expresses it in his drawing.
It was calm and cold at the beginning, but once the sun was up, then you could feel all the energy and you could feel the sound of the sea growing stronger. I think for me this is an hour of hope, where you can feel that you have all day long to do things you want to do. In my case, to travel around Korea.
This is the last landscape of sound he will capture on his trip across Gyeongsangbuk-do Province.
Bueno, pues aquí acaba mi viaje por la región de Gyeongsangbuk-do. He salido de viaje para conocer los sonidos de Corea, de sus montañas, del mar, de las campanas de los templos, incluso de la fruta al caer de los árboles. Ha sido una experiencia inolvidable para mí, pero no solo eso, he conocido a los coreanos y he sentido su energía positiva y su profunda amabilidad. Ha sido un viaje estupendo.
Gyeongsangbuk-do, the province of rich history and culture. Its sounds reflect nature's abundance, happiness, and gratitude for blessings. And those sounds are the remnants of the ferocious past that still carry Korea's throbbing spirit.